Hello everyone. A couple of years ago I started meeting with public transport agencies here in Poland and talking about mobile ticketing. And the response I got was more or less around, yes, we know that it is, we even have that, but it is a feature for a very few. So all the energy was around the conventional ticket sales channels, so the card tickets, the city cards, so-called city cards, were in place big time, and ticket machines were being installed all over the places. And I don't have nothing against the ticket machines. I think they are great. They are very useful. A lot of people use them. And therefore, I was trying to present the perspective of a ticket machine that is already in many people's handbags or pockets. A ticket machine that doesn't require investment, and a ticket machine that is very personal machine. So this attitude has changed today. Mobile ticketing is very popular, is getting more and more shares in the sales, so one cannot ignore it. So this is what we do at InfoSpread. We do mobile ticketing and travel information apps in Poland and Sweden. And these are very different markets and similar at some aspects. Of course, public transport systems are subsidized by public money in both countries, and that financing reaches around 50%, covering about 50% on average of the public transportation costs. The difference may be, while in Sweden it is close to that 50% around all the country. In Poland, the gap spreads between 30 or 70%, depending on where we are. The other important thing that I think is good to mention is that public transport agencies in Sweden are organized on the county level. So perhaps it is easier to organize and to rule the transport on the regional level and to integrate different modes of transport. In Poland, it is more local. The obvious difference one can see already being in two countries is the ticket price. Here you can see the single ticket ride price in Stockholm and Warsaw. So the difference is obvious. And talking about the ticket prices, we are observing in Poland the trend of awarding more and more society groups with free of charge public transport or a very discounted public transport. I obviously received the phone call the other day from a customer of ours, and that was Friday, and he told me, "Hello, Miłosz, the public transport in our city will be free starting next week." And I was like, "What do you mean free?" "Yeah, it will be free of charge for travelers." So these decisions sometimes are being taken very, very rapidly. And one can see it rarely happening in Sweden. You can see some other projects, for example, free travels for students during the summer. When it comes to business models and the mobile apps, it is we do it differently in Sweden and in Poland. In Sweden, we deliver white label apps, and in Poland, the most common business model is the app that is going under its own brand in different cities, like Zbiletem. This is one of the apps that are available. In Sweden, it is very important for public transport agencies to integrate the users around their own brand. and to use it as a information platform, as a communication platform, and also the experiment field for trying new services. But we have similar examples from both countries. So when InfoSpread started delivering mobile timetables, and that was before the smartphone era. In Sweden, we met many public transport agencies and were discussing different features that can be added. And some of them are obvious: trip planning, ticketing, real-time information. But we discovered that it is so many details important from different people within the organizations. We need to remember about the users, but it is very good if we include people from the organization that handle the job in the back office. And only then we can achieve the great results. And we have the very similar experiences in Poland. And good example of that is is the process we had with the public transport agency in Rybnik, 1 hour ride from here. The situation was that, well, I should tell you first that the key value in our app is that people can have their long period tickets, let's say monthly passes, in their smartphone. And this is very, very handy because you just pay once for a ticket and you can travel for a month. You don't need anything else. And our solution brought the situation that all the procedures that was in place with the traditional ticket sales, you know, going to the office, filling some papers, collecting the card, that wasn't needed anymore. In fact, you don't even need your smartphone to be validated because we take the personal ID, so the controlling staff is able to check if only by your personal ID whether you have paid for the travel or not. So, frankly speaking, we did the first account ticketing in Poland, not saying loudly about it. But getting back to Rybnik, they wanted to have the functionality of a card, which was check-in. You need to register every time you are boarding the bus, so that PTA can collect that data and use it for optimization of the routes and bus supply. But the problem was that they didn't plan a budget for a hardware, to enable that. So we met and we had a couple of workshops together, and we just discussed what was possible with respect, with listening to each other, public and vendor. And the outcome was that a few months later in Rybnik, they had an up and running system that had the mobile phone device on the user side and very low budget check-in stickers with the QR code and NFC technology, and our app as the core. And that works very well. We see that more people are moving from the plastic cards to the smartphones, and that saves both time and money for the travelers and for the city. So the business models that I mentioned before, different in Poland and Sweden, they're also followed by general discussion about how the future should look like and what we can do to provide more for travelers. And what is happening these days in Sweden is that all partners, all actors on public transport are working together, for example, to provide a national ticket and payment standard. So this is what we are also involved in, and this is very important because on two levels. From the traveler's perspective, the principle is, of course, to enable user to to make an easier decision to purchase ticket and to use ticket and to take different transport mode as a one offer. And from the operational point of view, from the agencies or operators side, the principles are that every operator or agency should be able to validate the tickets, also the app tickets, validate other actors' tickets, and also sell other actors' tickets. So I think we should have, and we need a discussion about standards like that in Poland too. And maybe we should take some more usability perspective in our technical dialogues and take a step at a time. And maybe you wonder, how is mobile ticketing getting in Poland? So I prepared some data for you. Here you can see sales results from PTA in Warsaw, and that is for December 2018. And the green field, these are tickets, single and short-term tickets sold through the mobile phone, and that is almost 15%, comparing to approximately 1/3 of that a year before. And Warsaw is not a lonely island here. We observe that trend in different cities. So we are now in a kind of booming moment for mobile ticketing in Poland. And here you can see some data from Zbiletem app from Q1 2019, and this is reference to the monthly tickets that we sell for those public transport agencies. So you see 15% in Rybnik and Legnica and over 30% in Słupsk. And here you can see the ticket sales in the app results from our app MobiTime in Sweden, spreading between 2013 and 2019. So you can see that obviously some kind of boom started in 2017, and I think that we are having the same trends in Poland. It is only that this is happening a bit later. So you won't be able to try out our app today in Katowice when you'll be going back to your hotels. I hope that will change soon. But if you're planning perhaps a trip to Krakow anytime soon, we are launching in Krakow this Friday. So please give it a try and let us know what you think. And I think we all met here today to hear the ideas and to talk about the future. How the transportation will evolve, how we will address the challenges. So I think, well, I'm convinced that the challenges of mobility as a service, whatever it is for each one of us, we need to address them together. Cities are not able to do it by themselves, and technology is there, great people, great ideas here, everywhere. So I think we should think about it, what we can do together, including all the players on the market. And at InfoSpread, we are always trying to experiment new stuff and consult it on an early stage. And if you are here and if you would like to discuss your ideas, please come, let's talk, let's hear about your ideas, let's hear about our ideas, in order that maybe we can cooperate and deliver more value for more people. Thank you very much.